more sealed games from the former employee of Nintendo, as well as original box flats from Game Boy Color. The second box. This should be sealed games. I'm a little upset because as I carried it up, you can feel everything jump a bit, like an inch. So all the padding I put in this box did not pan out. Okay, I can see why, but I think everything will survive. So we have a mixture of amazing sealed stuff. So here's that bracer. You can see the giant gap now. That's like an inch, but everything should survive. So I made all these custom bracers. I bought like a second box in FedEx and just cut it all up. So this reinforced everything. So let's see what we got. So here is a wide color screen. It's just an empty box. I don't think anything's different with this, being that it's from an employee of Nintendo, but I'll have to look into that a bit later. It's possible this is a box flat. I don't see it having too much creasing, so it may be unused. And speaking of box flats, that's what we have here. So I used toilet paper, because we all use toilet paper, clean toilet paper, to wrap all these box flats. We're going to go through in a little bit. And underneath, and they survived, but I mean, that's a strong gap, and that makes me a little sad, but everything should be just fine. It's just like you're in a foreign land. You're not in a foreign land. You're in a different state, and you have everything wrapped up, but no matter what you do, you still have to ship the stuff. No matter what you do, take it out a plane with your luggage, or you ship it, it's all going to get bounced around. So I'm always scared. Always. It's been a while since I've looked at these. How bad did things get? Did they get too out of hand? See right here, you can see how this Nemo game popped up. Is that because they all shuffled? How long were they shuffled? Did they get damaged from being shuffled? You get the idea. My brain's just going crazy. So we have an open Nemo here. Yeah, so I'm going to open this up. Thank God I had these cases. I bought all these cases, and the second trip I went to pick this stuff up, all the sealed stuff was just in, brown boxes. So I got all these special cases, thank God, and that saved the day. So, okay, there's nothing really interesting about this piece. This looks to be just a basic Nintendo game. Now, I know that sounds a little crazy, but I'll show you why in a moment. So, Little Nemo, that's got to be at least a couple $1 million right there. We have a Ken Griffey Jr., sealed. Fantastic shape. I don't know the values of these as well as I do with toys. Video games I collect, I know, but I can't spout out prices for a lot of this stuff. So let's see. There we go. That's the most important part. So there is what I was mentioning earlier. There's a Nintendo sticker for internal usage right there. Okay, we are back. So, I did a bit of a pause there. We have an old, look at that, an old archaic newspaper from the past, 1999, April 11th. Pokemon Fever. That's actually pretty cool. That is a historical document. So we have more sealed games here. Again, prices, these are obviously a couple $100 each, depending, of course, if they're rare. Right off the bat, you can see here's a Mario Party 4 sealed. Absolutely gorgeous shape. Send that in to get graded. If this gets graded, and this is where I have no idea, but sealed in general, I guess this is a couple hundred. But if it receives a high grade between VGA or WADA, depending on the grade, of course, this could be like 1,200, 1,500. And that's what makes these games get higher and higher with those grades. So here's Madden. Going to check out what this bar is. This one's opened. Thank God, too. So a lot of the games are sealed, case fresh, but the only ones that were open were just a couple oddball ones, like the sports games and the Star Fox. So no problem. Thank God for that. But we're going to check out that Madden game like the previous one with that sticker. So here's the open Star Fox one. Didn't see anything different with this piece. This is like 50 bucks, I believe. But I didn't see any like internal Nintendo stuff with this one. We have, that's not a, got caught right there. Sealed Star Fox Adventures versus the open one we just had. Beautiful. So beautiful. 1080 Avalanche, sealed. And I'm guessing, I can't guess. I have no idea why the gentleman at Nintendo received these games versus other games. It's just hit or miss. Was that the lineup of the first quarter? You know, I have no idea. Rayman 3, I think this one was a little more uncommon. Dead stock sealed. Rogue Leader sealed. And again, everything is just mint, mint, mint. Not a single blemish in the cellophane. This one's a much stronger piece, Kirby Air Ride. And remember, these are all first releases, not greatest hits. That one might be, you know, graded like 2000. Interactive multi-game demo disc. Now, there's like 30 different versions of these. Like they say 12, 11, 21. This is sealed. They're not really collected, but they're just fun to have. It's just like a couple hundred sealed. Metroid Prime sealed. Hell yeah. I may keep this piece. I personally may keep this piece. This is the second time I've seen this in the back of it. I wonder if this was a Nintendo sticker that was in the back that the gentleman removed in the past. That's twice I've seen that. Star Wars Rebel Strike, limited edition preview disc. I have no idea. Not for sale. They're uncommon. I don't know how many of these were made, obviously, but people prefer the game versus a demo disc. So maybe a couple hundred, maybe less. FX, sorry, I'm tired. F-Zero GX. I would have called F-Zero Gex for a moment. That would be an amazing crossover. Jedi Outcast sealed. Is this one sealed? Yeah, this one's sealed. A little wavy on that one, on the interior paper slip. Madden. So here's another sticker along the front. This one is still sealed. That's kind of interesting. The sticker going across the front. Check that out later. Star Wars, Clone Wars, sealed GameCube. Remnants of another sticker. And those can pretty much come off pretty easy. Another Rogue Leader. Wario World. That should be a stronger game, too. This was dead stock sealed. I'm going to guess at least 1,000. I could be wrong. Monkey Ball 2. Very nice. Dead stock sealed. Love it. Love it. Internal Nintendo stuff. And I was to say, it is like 2 a.m. right now. I was about to say Squirts for some reason, because my brain is failing. NBA Courtside. Nothing in here either saying like, hey, that was used as a demo or, you know, whatnot. Okay. We have a ruler. This is an internal Super Nintendo ruler. Not big bucks on that piece. It's just one of those fun pieces to have. But let's show you the goods. On a side note, I have now sat down and compared the size of these two. And it looks like these are all Nintendo internal stickers, even for the sealed ones. But this is the only one that did not have it get removed. How's that? Interesting. Here we are. And here we are, the first box flat. So, what are box flats? Well, it's pretty clear cut. It's a box and it's flat. So these were created as the first initial run of packages that are sent from the factory to Nintendo for the sign off of saying, hey, is this what you wanted? Is this up to all specifications? Are the colors good? Are all the text correct? Is there any problems with a little bit of lettering, spacing, misspellings, images? Does the box itself fold together? Is it durable? All these things are examined by Nintendo, and they could say, yes, everything is great from all the samples that you sent to us. Let's start manufacturing. Or there could be issues, changes that are made from this piece to another piece, and they say, please recorrect this. This is why box flats are really intriguing and fascinating, is because They are part of the early pre-production process of the video game package manufacturing. These pieces are incredibly difficult to come by. And again, these are not the promo boxes that you would see stores receiving. They'd fold up and say, this is what the product will look like. And they would also have little disclaimers saying this is a promo item, display box only. No, these are the actual production proofs. Very difficult to get. Only a certain amount of batches would be sent to Nintendo. Most would be destroyed. A number of them would possibly be used for E3 or other trade shows as just empty boxes on display. But overall, as I said earlier, incredibly difficult to get these pieces. Most of them are just thrown away at the end. But now let's see which other ones we have. There were a few Game Boy Pockets. Game Boy Color, green, yellow, very nice. I love how I had a variety of these in here. A lot of them in general, I think actually this whole stack might be Game Boy Color box proofs. And again, you can see how none of these flaps have been folded. See, there's a little bit of a difference right there. You can see the 299.4, nothing there. You can even see the numbering system here is different. So these could be from different batches from different factories. Got a few Game Boy Color purple, which is actually the one I had as a kid. We have a yellow, and this one has been folded, you can see. Also, it's a little off. I have noticed that sometimes the box proofs could be folded one way or the other. Like you can see how one was folded to the right, one was folded to the left. But coming back to this box in particular, this one was at least bent or folded at that point. And a turquoise. Beautiful. So I have a little good run there. And they're not video games, but it's nice to get some box flats. See, a purple seems to be like the in color for these. And this is a much thinner version here. So if you can see, oh, well, that explains it right there. So all the boxes previously were box proofs. And as I said earlier, this is a display box. I wonder why. So also, these are the thick cardboard. And this one is just that thin because it is a display box. For display only. And it's still nice to have one of these. These are also difficult to find now after all these years, but many more of these were produced and given out to stores and can be more easily found unused and still unfolded than, as I said earlier, original box proofs. And here is the last run. Hey! We got a berry. Hi, Barry. And then one more display box in the end. And just for one good last comparison, here is both Game Boy Color clear purples. Very similar in the backgrounds, but you can see one's an actual box for production and one is just the display.